the original all-live Periscope cast about Trump Talk US. Welcome to the show. So many things happening, so busy. Always a busy news cycle with Trump because the media doesn't. I agree, she's the worst candidate ever. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that right now. But let's start with this. My first point of news I wanted to bring up today, Hillary Clinton put out an ad against Donald Trump in regards to his visit to Mexico. And in the ad, she accuses Donald Trump of lying about his conversation with the Mexican president. When in fact, now, see, what she said happened is that the Mexican president said they talked about who's going to pay for the wall. And Donald Trump said, we didn't talk about who's going to pay for the wall. What she missed is the part where both Giuliani, everyone else there, including the Mexican envoy, the people that were there with the Mexican president, agree. What happened is the President Nieto mentioned he was not going to pay for the wall. His country was not going to pay for the wall. Donald Trump did not respond to that comment, and the conversation moved on. That's what actually happened. What also actually happened, I want to point out, what also actually happened, of course, the Mexican, it's called the art of the deal, you guys. Of course, the Mexican president is going to say he doesn't want to pay. And of course, Donald Trump is going to say he is going to pay. And somewhere along the way, they're going to find a way that Mexico is paying for the wall, but it doesn't look to Mexicans like Mexico is paying for the wall. Maybe seizing cartel funds is one way. There's many ways. There's many ways to get the wall paid for. Not by us, by Mexico. Trust me. Relax. It's the negotiation. But Hillary Clinton already put out the ad. Donald Trump is lying. Which is funny because it's an ad that actually is lying. So, here's what I was going to say. Regardless of who's going to pay for the wall. See, who's going to pay for the wall is like step 3 in negotiations. Well, step 1, we find common ground. Okay, we meet, we take step 1, we find common ground. We've already agreed and got Mexico to agree that we need to build a wall on the southern border. I mean, I think the media, of course, is downplaying this huge accomplishment. But in fact, Donald Trump went down to Mexico and got Mexico to agree that we need to increase border security, build a stronger, more permanent wall on the southern border. And that we have the right to do that. Yeah, that's actually a big... Oh, good, it unfroze. No, cancel. See, it unfroze on me. Wow. Usually it doesn't unfreeze like that. Usually it freezes up and we're stuck. So, great. We are back. Fabulous. Welcome back. Let's talk a little bit about why Hillary Clinton would be putting out false advertisements trying to defeat Donald Trump on his behavior rather than actually talking about herself and her policies. If she has to talk about herself, then she has to talk about the new FBI release of the FBI notes in all three recent FBI. We continue where we left off, unfortunately, as often occurs. Periscope freezes up. I actually suspect that some people have the ability to do that with some little spammer thing, but that's just my paranoia. It's probably not possible. Maybe it is. I don't know. Technology. There's a lot of different ways. So, of course, it could just be the Hillary bots that are prepared to shut you down at any given moment. Because what we were talking about is Hillary Clinton's health. It's a very dangerous subject. You should be very careful talking about this. Yes, Hillary Clinton blamed her own health on why she couldn't remember security briefings as Secretary of State. Her brain injury when she had the fall, why'd she even fall in the first place? All of these are questions. And the FBI release does not in any way shore up her position that she is a competent person capable of operating the complex job requirements of president. It seems to me she couldn't operate the complex job requirements of Secretary of State. She couldn't remember the briefings. She lost her phone all the time with secure information in it. She did not understand what classified meant or how to classify anything. She trusted everybody else was just going to not just classify around her. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Should read the list of things that Hillary Clinton stated in her interview with, and this is the stuff they let go, you guys. You know, they're on it. You know, Comey and all those people, they're all bought and paid for, obviously, because she's not indicted. Because her name is Clinton, she's not indicted. She's not indicted for things that have put people in jail many, many, many times over. Not indicted. What? It's Clinton. Maybe it's because people mysteriously die around her. Maybe it's because she pays enough people off. Where do I get my sources? I feel like the most of the I have. You have is reading is untrue. You have to. One, you have to sort through a lot of that information. Okay. Two, I do a lot of, I end up reading a lot more Breitbart than I like to. I end up reading a lot more, there's a lot more, I check out rsbn.tv. They have a lot of great articles there, but that's not where I get all my sources. I literally just do a lot of research and I read the other guys' stories. But you have to read the story. You have to read what happens. You can't just read the shocking headline. You have to actually read, and then you have to read somebody else's opinion of what happened in the Mexico situation. You actually have to think about it, and watch them yourself so you can analyze it. I mean, I saw that event live on television, so I was able to myself report. This is one of the things that's amazing about our modern times, is we can watch events happen and then report on them ourselves. We don't have to trust some journalist with some pat narrative that they're already trying to push, reporting on an event that occurred. We can see it with our own eyes and analyze it and bring it to you, which is another way I do. I TiVo a lot of news. So, clever. Anyway, I'm gonna invite you all to take a look at some of the list of things that Hillary Clinton stated to the FBI about her basic incompetence to keep a hold of her phone. Understand, she sent. I have to shake my head and calm down because I just forgot that I forgot this one, and it's the worst one of all. One of the members of the State Department obviously had gotten some spam and had clicked on it because her email had been hacked enough so that the email was sending out invites to porn sites. Now, we all have had this happen to us. One of our friends gets their email hacked, and we're like, dude, your email's hacked. Hillary Clinton opened the email, the mysterious email, and then replied to it, "Is this really you?" She doesn't even understand basic email security, and you want to trust her with the secrets of the world leader. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. She's unfit. She is unfit to be president. She, from the statement she released today by the FBI, she is incompetent and not capable of the job of president. But what are we going to do? We got to beat her in the polls. We got to beat her at the ballot box, guys. That's what we got to do. So, let's talk a little bit about this whole big war. I'm calling it the war of two tweets because the media is all up in arms. Oh, Trump and the president of Mexico are having a big fight about who's going to pay for the wall. You guys, here was the tweets. Mexico is going to pay for the wall. President of Mexico. As I said before, Mexico is not going to pay for the wall. That's the war. That's the war of two tweets. Everything else is media asking questions. Are you in a big fight with the president of Mexico? No, they're not in a big fight. They just had a great meeting. They just sat down and talked. It's called negotiations. You guys should learn a little bit about the art of the deal. Go to the library. Borrow it. You don't even have to pay for it. That's what public libraries are for, right? So, let's talk a little bit about this Latinos for Trump, the head of Latinos for Trump situation. The media will grasp onto any little detail whatsoever in order to smear anyone who supports Trump, regardless of race, regardless of what I find most fascinating is the head of the founder of the Latinos for Trump group was interviewed on MSNBC and had mentioned that if we have immigration unchecked, America would become much like Mexico. But what he said is there would be a taco cart on every corner. Now, Mexico has some problems with poverty and other issues, and we know that to be fact. So, what the gentleman was obviously trying to say is that without regulating our immigration, without having some sort of reasonable border, if we just have completely open borders, eventually you don't have America anymore. You have Mexico north of the border. Maybe he said it inartfully, but of course now everyone, what I love is all of the noble left white journalists can yell at this Latino man for being racist against Latinos. So, I will answer your question. To whom am I talking? I'm talking to the people who watch this video now, the people who watch it later, and the people who watch it on YouTube, which when I'm done with this, I load it up to YouTube and other people watch it there. So, you are not literally the only one here. Other people watch it later. You're actually just really full of yourself. So, it will be ever, I'm never going to be surprised to see the media, but today watching the media actually smear a Latino man for his critique of his own native country, it's new low media. New low. So let's talk about the polls a little bit. Since you're the only one, or everyone else that's also here. New polls tightening. Even another business poll today came out and stated Donald Trump in a tie with Hillary Clinton. In a tie with Hillary Clinton nationwide in the general election. That makes 3 polls tied or within the margin of error, and at least 1 poll that has Trump leading. Interestingly, the poll has Trump down by 1 point without Gary Johnson. So as I've stated many times, the addition of Gary Johnson into the mix takes away more from Hillary Clinton than from Trump. So you'll see it happen. You'll see it happening now there in the polls. And for those of us who have tuned into the show and are unfamiliar with my program, we do a question and answer, and you could probably ask your ridiculously racist, hateful questions at that point. But in the meantime, I'm just going to ignore you and keep delivering the news, because that's what we're here for. Trump talk. And I'm talking and you're typing. So it's not called Trump type. It's called Trump talk. So if you want to wait for question and answers, I'm happy to answer your very bigoted and hateful questions, because I really do answer all kinds of questions. But after the news. It's just how we do it here. So, you guys, we're going to keep seeing polls tighten. The polls are going to continue to tighten because where is Hillary? Hillary Clinton has done 13 different press conferences, or 13 different rallies in the month of August, and 37 fundraisers. Donald Trump has done 35 rallies and only 15 fundraisers. So you see the difference. Donald Trump is taking his message to the people, whereas Hillary Clinton is busy hobnobbing with celebrities, trying to raise money so you can take out a bunch of hit ads to convince these little trolls that Donald Trump is a racist, when in fact he got an award with Rosa Parks for assisting building relationships in the African American community back in yet another era, before he was running for office and everyone decided to lie and say he was a racist so they could try to defeat him, because that's the typical Democratic motto. He's a racist, he's a racist, he's a racist. That's what Democrats do. That's what the left tells you to do. I don't blame you, but the left tells you to do that, and it's really sad and unfortunate because you're missing out on the political process, on the positions of the economy, of security, of military action, how we're even using the military, of regulations, of small business, of constitutionalism. You're missing out on all of that because you're busy listening to the media narrative. Trump's a racist, Trump's a racist. And it's really, it's decayed our electoral process immensely. People actually say often that it's like the movie Idiocracy. I don't think we're that bad yet, but some of you really make me wonder if in fact we have gotten to that level. So, let's do the rallies, you guys. Donald Trump will be, now again, before I talk about the rallies, there will be this meeting in Detroit tomorrow. He will be at an African American church. I don't remember the name of the church. I'm sorry. Just Google it. But what kind of media we're going to be with, there's mixed reports on that. I really cannot tell you. I wish I could tell you. There are mixed reports, one and the other. Some say he will be speaking. Some say he won't be speaking. We're going to find out. It's tomorrow. So you're going to find out with me. I've done my best to report as accurately as possible. And the media has not provided me an opportunity, nor do I have a source that has allowed me to be certain of what information to give you. So maybe he'll speak. Maybe he won't. We're going to find out together. It's not question and answer, but I will answer the question after we do rallies. So, let's talk about rallies. In addition to the Detroit meeting, which we don't know will happen, we will find out. Tuesday, Donald Trump will be in Virginia Beach, Virginia at 2 p.m. He will be in Greenville, North Carolina. I think that's 6 p.m. I put 3 p.m., but there's no way he's there. So it's probably 6 p.m., 6:30. 6:30. Check donaldjtrump.com/schedules to be certain. Also, on Friday, he will be in Pensacola, Florida at 7 p.m. So there's probably something that's going to happen in between that period. The Tuesday to Friday period is actually kind of a long period for Trump to not have something. So I smell something cooking. I don't know what it is, but who knows? Maybe he's doing a bunch of new ads. We don't know anything about that. Mike will be in Fayetteville, North Carolina at 2 p.m. on Saturday. And on Tuesday, he'll be in Springfield, Missouri at 10:30 a.m. and Chesterfield, Missouri at 1:30 p.m. So let's do question and answer. Haters, I know you've been waiting so patiently for question and answers. I'm happy to answer anything that starts with a question word and ends in a question. And I will answer it to the best of my ability, because I'm sure you could use some information. Otherwise, why you would be trolling around on Trump shows. The show has a format. Yes, that's not really a question even. But it has a format. We do news. We talk about polls. We do rallies. We do question and answer when there's people who want to blather on. Did Trump say a woman or pigs? No, he said that about Rosie O'Donnell, actually. After Rosie O'Donnell had called him a bunch of names, he said that she was a pig. So if you're going to be mad because a celebrity had a fight with another celebrity that called them a bunch of names, and you're going to apply that to all women, I think that's actually more sexist than just taking it at his word. At what it is. Donald Trump insulted Rosie O'Donnell. He didn't insult me. I have never met Donald Trump. He didn't call me a pig. He called Rosie O'Donnell a pig. Okay. How do you feel about the fact that Trump has invited known white supremacists? He has not invited known white supremacists to his rallies. People come to his rallies whether they want. He doesn't invite people to his rallies. People come. Bikers come. Patriots come. Veterans come. African Americans come. Sikhs come. Asians come. Latinos come. Lots of different people come. You probably haven't been to a Trump rally. That's why you don't know who comes. So you can listen to the news narrative that he's invited, but see, that's really just a slight against the people that actually have been invited. What's odd is that you take no equal scrutiny of the Democratic Party and who they invite to their rallies, with the father of the Orlando shooter sitting behind Hillary Clinton. Oh, we didn't know. Yeah. Who can play at that game? It's a dumb game. So I missed all those other questions. Go ahead. It's impossible for Trump to win because he won't get the Mexican and black vote. False. Donald Trump is doing very well. In fact, doing better than Mitt Romney is with the Latino and African American vote. And he is also not afraid to go out and seek that vote and has made great inroads. By the way, Louis Farrakhan not voting for Hillary Clinton and has spoken out against her repeatedly, head of the Nation of Islam. The Houston leader of the Black Panther Party, spoken out very against Hillary Clinton and in favor of Donald Trump. So you might want to do a little bit of research before you decide that the polls are telling you that he's not going to get a significant percentage of the African American vote. All he needs is maybe 10%, and Hillary Clinton's going to lose, and he's got 8. And he's going to Detroit. So he's doing even better with Latinos. No, they speak for their constituency, just like Louis Farrakhan doesn't speak for all blacks. He speaks for his constituency, but those are large groups of African Americans, certainly very left-leaning. So to say that he's getting the black vote when significant leaders in the community from all different political spectrums are speaking out vehemently against Hillary Clinton is delusional, is what it is. It's delusional. He's not getting the black conservative vote. He's speaking now to churches. So I'm certain there's a great deal of the evangelical vote that's African American that he will get as well. You guys are going to be really surprised. He already is polling at 8%. He only needs 10. He's already doing better than Romney. Yeah, I do have. I've studied my master's work was at University of Chicago. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and statistical analysis, actually. So, if you're a leader of the Black Panther Party says he likes Trump means no. What I'm saying, and I know you could hear what I'm saying if you took your head and just turned it straight to listen to what I'm saying. He leads his group of people. That is a large group of people who happen to specifically be African American. They don't have a lot of white people in the Black Panthers. Okay? So he leads that group. That is a significant group. They don't like Hillary Clinton. He, obviously, as the leader, does not speak for every one of those people. But as the leader of the group, speaking with his label, I am the leader of the group, certainly speaks to the fact that the group itself does not advocate for Hillary Clinton. They're not following the Democratic model this year, just vote Democrat. That's not happening. And that is one form of evidence, one large African-American group. Another large African-American group is the Nation of Islam, led by Louis Farrakhan. Also, he does not speak for every Black Islamic American Islamic in the United States. Does not, obviously. But he does speak as their leader and speaks very critically of Hillary Clinton and very highly of Mr. Trump. And those are just a few examples. So to say that he's not doing well with African Americans when there is so much evidence that he is in fact doing well with many leaders who are openly willing to come out and speak about it does speak to the issue of how African Americans are going to respond to Donald Trump at the polls as a demographic. Because many of their individual groups, the church groups, the Black Panther group, the Nation of Islam group, different church organization, many different groups. Is it a coincidence that Trump's largest supporter is? That's not true, actually. His supporters are decidedly more educated and own more businesses and employ more people than Hillary Clinton supporters. You should do your research. We've already done several studies on this. They've already been posted. So, or just, do a little more digging, find the truth. It's actually... To say that the largest, I will speak to this. Everyone loves to say that, probably more than you. Everyone, see, you should go read that, and we can practice. That way we can both be at the same level. Everyone loves to say that Trump's largest group of supporters is white people. Guess what? Hillary's largest group of supporters, also white people. Okay, you know why? Because there's more white people in this country than any other color of people. By still a pretty significant margin. If Hillary Clinton actually only has the largest supporters of the African Americans or the Latinos or these other minority groups, she's going to do poorly because, in fact, there is not enough numbers that way for her to win. So it's senselessly racist to presume that because one candidate, when in fact all candidates in America are going to have a significant white vote to win. To say that's racist is racist. It's a racist statement to make against white people. I know there's some people who think, can't be racist. White people, I can't be racist if I'm not, only white people can be racist. I don't know what to say. That's why I stumble over it, because it's so ridiculous. In fact, it's racist to say that. And you should look at your numbers. And basically what that means is any Republican candidate in the history of ever, racist. So no one's playing that game with you anymore. This Republicans are racist and Democrats aren't. Because the Democrats are actually the party of the Klan. They are actually the party of slavery. They are actually the party of Jim Crow. They voted against the Civil Rights Act 3 times more than the Republicans did in 1964. So, oh, great. I love when some people come and join in. Let's do my Trump reason of the day. You said that and it was wrong. I know. I love it when I answer your question and I say, that's wrong. And you go, yeah, but I said that. Yeah, I get that you said that. You said something inaccurate. That's why I corrected you and answered your question. So now you need to ask a new question that suggests you have absorbed the knowledge and we have furthered the discussion, or you're just repeating yourself and I'm going to ignore you and do my Trump reason. So I'll give you a second. It's called a dialogue. It's a discussion. You said Hillary has white supporters too, and people can be racist against whites. That's not a question. However, that is pertinent. That's not a question. So, see, we now ignore you because you don't know how to participate in dialogue. And we'll go on with my Trump reason of the day. Trump reason of the day. Trump reason of the day. Donald Trump is high energy, and by meaning high energy, but by high energy, I mean someone who is actually able to get out and actually go to rallies and speak to the people and do events. Hillary Clinton hasn't even been to Louisiana yet. Louisiana, you guys, the disaster is going to be over by the time she gets down there because she's not well, and she certainly doesn't have the kind of energy that Donald Trump has to stay up and do the job of president 18, 19, 20 hours a day sometimes. Donald Trump's the only person who's going to be able to wake up and answer that 3 a.m. phone call. Hillary Clinton will be too busy sleeping off the medications she has to have for her health problems. So it's absolutely ridiculous to think that Hillary Clinton in any way can compete with the President Trump, who is able to run around. You've seen him do all these rallies. He's had a rally, a meeting. He does interviews. He's up on the phone in the mornings. Again and again and again, a very busy man running around, letting the people know about his message. One of the funniest jokes I heard on the internet recently was at least Donald Trump is telling us what is bad about Hillary Clinton and policy. Hillary Clinton is only telling us what's bad about Donald Trump. And that's the truth. Hillary Clinton has issued no policy positions. She has no energy to do that. She's literally just trying to wait out the clock. And so think that the polls will hold her over into the election and she can just turn people against Trump enough to put her into the White House. And what I'm telling you, that strategy is failing. That strategy is failing repeatedly. And we're going to see it failing more. And the polls are starting to show it again and again and again. Sorry, haters. That's just the facts. Haters going to hate. Trump's going to be great. So, Trump, high energy. We need a president who can stay up. That's my reason today. That is actually 92 reasons. And I've been doing this show 92 times, which I'll talk to the haters for a minute about that. I've been doing this show. This is my 92nd episode. In a minute, we're going to do a special edition about Donald Trump's immigration speech just the other day. Point by point, 10 points. So that we can cover all the specific details. You love to say, well, they don't have any specific details. But in fact, many specific details are always issued and ignored. So we do specials. That's what we do here on Trump Talk. In fact, I've been doing 92 episodes. We're getting close to 100 episodes. And people ask, why do you do it? Why do you do it? Why do you get yelled at? Why do you let the haters troll on? Why don't you just make videos and put them on YouTube? I actually appreciate that there's an opportunity for a dialogue. And I know that on Periscope, you haters love to do this. You love to chime in. You love to pop in, and other people like to pop into, and they get to read and see the behavior. And you actually do a great job of solidifying votes for Donald Trump with your constant just badgering, ridiculous, not policy position, ignorant behavior. And you're just constant smear tactics. And you give me an opportunity to actually point out some of the smear tactics that the media does again and again and again. And it's fascinating to watch that. So I appreciate that for 92 episodes. You know, we've been doing this little dance. And we get more haters and less haters depending on whatever day or how the moon and the stars aligned. But I appreciate you coming here. And I appreciate your efforts. And I appreciate all those who have been following the show and actually just getting some information. We do have to defeat the media, and we do have to keep giving the facts and the information and providing people with some information that the media won't. And that's just a fact. So it is what it is. So thanks, fans, and thanks, haters. Let's do hotties. Did I mention we're going to do a special edition just after this about the 10 points in Donald Trump's immigration speech? Yes, we did. I love being able to ignore people when they make insults for no reason. Sometimes I sing things when I thank him. This is my friend, our Trump Party of the Day. This is my friend Rachel. She is very well known for the San Diego rally where she was egged by a mob of compassionate, loving leftist Hillary supporters. I say that sarcastically because they were actually an angry, violent, riotous mob who attacked her and threw things at her, including eggs, fruit, items, objects, other things. And she's still trumping. She's still out there trumping, out in Florida now, trumping. So proud of her. Here she is. On top of the car, because that's my girl. That's my girl, Rachel. We're going to post her on the page. She's absolutely one of the bravest people you might ever meet. And certainly a strong advocate for Mr. Trump. And I am super proud of her and super proud to know her. And she is our Trump hottie of the day. So, let's talk about the app real quick. America First app. If you have not gotten it, if you have already gotten it, I love you. If you have not gotten it, go to the app, America First app, Android store, Apple, whatever store. XZ3J7 is my code. XG3J7 is my code. That way I get points, and it doesn't mean anything. It's just for fun. So that's great. You can also email me here. You can find me on Twitter. This is a great place where you can follow me on Twitter. I actually retweet everything Donald Trump tweets, which is why I know there's only 2 tweets in the great Twitter war that apparently the media says is between Mexico and Donald Trump, when in fact that it's really 2 tweets. That's how I know, because I tweet everything Donald Trump tweets. I retweet. I know exactly. You can email me, trumptalkus@gmail.com. Go ahead. This might be the great place if you wanted to write down all of those things in which you try to berate my intelligence, education, background, speaking ability, whatever, appearance. You could write them all down into one email and send them to me. That way I would just have a reference. I could check back. It'd be great. You can also check all of our back episodes, www.trumptalk.us. You can check our special editions there as well. Again, like 4 minutes from now, you guys, there's going to be a special edition on Donald Trump's immigration reform speech. Feel free to tune in. I will ignore a lot of questions because we're really just going to go through the 10 points of information. So if you're coming there to ask a bunch of questions and I really just don't talk to you and I just keep talking and you're like, who are you talking to? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to other people who are going to listen later or are actually listening for the information. Not everybody likes to play your game. So that's our show. It's a great Trump talk. I appreciate everybody chiming in. I appreciate all those who listen. You might want to go ahead and take a look at some of the speeches recently on rsbn.tv. Any of these rallies coming up, you could watch on rsbn.tv live streaming. Then you'd actually know what Donald Trump says. Then you'd have a lot more to say when you go and troll on people's random pages and try to insult them. You would have less insults and more facts. It'd be great for you. You'd actually sound like you were involved and educated in the political process as opposed to completely led by media sheep. So, or don't, whatever. It's up to you. It is all up to you. But we do this little thing where we take the music out, make a little trumpet, say goodbye. We're doing a special edition in just 5 minutes. So I'm going to charge up the phone and we'll see you soon. Keep on trumping, everybody.